1x1x1 rework update came out around a week ago. So, you know what? I'm gonna go cover it all in this video. General changes to 1x. His walk speed was buffed from 8 to 8.75, Mass Infection Entanglement now Aura Reveal for 12 seconds, and 1x minions now Aura Reveal for 8 seconds. Overall, it's a pretty good quality of life change. Mass Infection. Mass Infection's projectile damage got lowered from 35 to 30, and the up-close damage got lowered from 28 to 25. In exchange for this, 1x is now able to move immediately after firing Mass Infection's projectile, with a 25% speed boost. Along with this, Mass Infection's projectile speed was increased by 21%, and Mass Infection's projectile hitbox was increased by 10%. Mass Infection's up-close slash can no longer be blocked by Guess 1 through 7. Rejuvenate the rotten zombies are no longer affected by Mass Infection, and Mass Infection deals 10 plus damage to any survivors inflicted with glitched. Overall, I would call this a buff because of the massive amount of over-tuning. They may actually have to nerf this in a future update, but I wouldn't really be surprised if they didn't, because right now, it's pretty fair. We can now truly feel the entanglement. Instead of stunning the survivor, entanglement now pulls them towards 1x, stunning them for 1 second, dealing 15 damage, and inflicting glitched for 6 seconds on hit. The pull strength of entanglement is increased by 50% if the target is afflicted with glitched. Also, entanglement's projectile lifetime is decreased from 10 seconds to 1 second. The cooldown duration is lowered from 18 seconds to 15 seconds, and 1x can now slightly move while using entanglement. In my personal opinion, I don't really like the entanglement rework all that much, because I enjoyed stunning the survivors instead of pulling them, but honestly, this change is just fine, I guess. The opinion on this is really decisive in the community, so I'll let everyone have their own opinion on this. This rework really puts the Unstable in Unstable Eye. Unstable Eye's speed 1 for 5 seconds has now been replaced with speed 2 for 1.25 seconds, and Unstable Eye's blindness and aura reveal duration has increased to 8 seconds. 1x1 can also now walk while casting Unstable Eye, and also can now sprint immediately after finishing casting. I dislike these changes in my opinion, especially the speed 2, because honestly now you can go less distance, and his anti-loop is now not really an anti-loop, but more of a catch-up move. Also though, it's just fine. Rejuvenate the Run got a lot of changes. They now inflict glitched poison 1 and highlight the survivors they hit. They do not deal any damage anymore. They only deal fatal damage if the survivor is on 1 HP and inflict with glitched. The target range for the zombies has been lowered from 30 studs to 24 studs. The focus range has been lowered from 50 studs to 40 studs, and the zombies' health has been increased from 5 HP to 25 HP. Zombies also have a lower hit priority than survivors. They also have a green color highlight. They can only be summoned once per corpse, and their cooldown was decreased from 200 seconds to 30 seconds. This made 1x's Rejuvenate the Rotten less of an endgame snowball ability, but like, there isn't really much I can say about this other than you can use it more. I like the minion changes though, those are really good. It makes it so the minions are pretty balanced. That's all the changes. Now, did it really fix 1x? In my opinion, they made 1x definitely much more viable. They did also lose a little bit of his uniqueness. He used to be just a projectile killer, but now she's just another, well, how it says, dash slot killer. Overall though, it didn't completely lose 1x's whole identity and the whole gimmick of being the projectile killer. It just lost a little bit of it. So, in my opinion, this is overall a good update. It's a good rework. Other killers and survivors balance changes. Cool Kid's walk speed override now aura reveals for the entire duration of the burning sass effect. Elliot's increased healing is now displayed over pizza throw. Taff now has a counter of how many trip wires are placed and how long the trip mine will last for. Guess 1 through 7's block cooldown has been increased from 24 seconds to 30 seconds, and his punch damage has been increased from 20 to 25. Chance's additional luck is now displayed over his coin flip ability. For Nosferatu, you can now see how long you can fly, and you also now have a full indicator of where you'll land, and you also have full control of direction during the windup of dive. For Noli, Void Rush's initial turn duration has been increased from 1.2 seconds to 1.5 seconds, and the turn multiplier has been increased from 6.3 to 6.6. For Two Time, their LMS buffs are directly affected by their oblation meter. More ablation means more buffs. Their crouch is now 5 seconds longer, and LMS does not trigger them to teleport to their ritual's place. I think these balance changes were really good, and especially 2x nerfs were really needed. Overall, I'd call this a pretty good update. So, honestly, that's all I have to say. I'll see you in the next one.